Greetings from Florida. Today we're going to go ahead and change the spool, the sprocket, the inside gear of the regulator on a Kia or Hyundai. I'm not going to give you a play-by-play on taking off the door panel. If you need that, you can go to any of my other videos. Look up Optima window regulator, Sonata window regulator, and you'll see the complete narration of how to take the door panel off. But today we're concentrating on changing the gear inside the regulator. It's a common problem on these. It's very difficult to change, so I'm not sure if you can do it, but they say what one man can do, another man can do, so we'll find out. If you're hearing a crunching, grinding sound when you use your switch, your regulator is broken and will need to be replaced. If it either does nothing at all, or it goes just spinning and spinning and spinning, that's the gear inside the regulator. It's a very common problem. You can buy these on my website, upanddownmainstreet.com. Please check it out. I think I included the link at the beginning of this video somewhere on the page. There's also two ways to do this. In theory, you can, before I go any farther, 8mm screws for the speaker, 7mm screws for the motor. There's two ways to do this. I've had about 4 or 5 of these out of 30 now, where I've been able to change the gear without removing the entire regulator. That's nice, because it only takes you about 10 minutes. But the reality is, in most cases, you're changing the gear by taking out the regulator. So right now, we're going to take off the motor, pop out the gear. You can't really see it, but trust me, it's all shredded inside there. If the wires are badly crimped, you're probably going to need to get a new regulator. But usually they've been fine. And we're going to clean off the wires a bit. They've probably got some residue from the gear breaking up, from the gear shredding. So we're going to get a cloth and just clean that off a little bit. I did try it the initial way, but I realized it was going to be easier for me to take off the entire regulator and do the whole thing. So you're going to go ahead and spool those cables onto the spool, and then you need to twist it. You need to use a pair of vice grips and twist it so the wires cross over each other. If they don't, then it's not going to work. It's going to cross over each other, and then you can pop it back in. But I don't think we're going to find that here today. Nope, I gave up on that pretty quick. So now I'm going to take the regulator off the door. The Optimas are a little bit easier than the Elantras in that the 2 wires that go to the handle, you can remove the regulator without taking out the latch and the outside handle. On most of these, you need to remove the latch and the outside handle. Put the glass up. This video is at double speed, by the way, and I did cut out a portion in the middle where I was having trouble getting this re-spooled. I didn't think you need to see my failures, just my success. 10mm bolts all around. Lift it up. Unplug the wiring harness that goes to the latch. Couple clips on the back, and just move the entire wiring harness out of your way. And here comes my only jump cut. So I'm back. So here's how we're going to do it. gonna, I took off one of the cables from the top, right there from the top spool. Now here I am realizing that that's probably too close for me to get the cable up and over that spool. So I'm about to take it off and try this again. I'm just checking to make sure that that bracket is low enough for me to get access to the cable. And I guess it wasn't. There we go. Sorry if my hands block a lot of what's going on here. That's probably going to work. So we're going to pop that spool back in. We got to put the motor back on. A couple bolts to hold it in place, because we need tension on it. Okay. So now we're going to pull the bracket up as far as we can, and then put a pair of vice grips right there to hold it where it is. And now what you have to do is get the cable onto that spool, which is such a challenge. Generally, if you can get the cable started, you can probably use a pair of needle nose to go ahead and turn the wheel and get it on the rest of the way. Here you are going to see some of my failures, just so you know how difficult it is. It doesn't always work the first time. Needless to say, the dealer does not sell these gears. If you buy the part from the dealer, you have to buy the entire regulator, the whole black plastic panel with the cables and everything else. Oh, looks like I almost got it. Nope. Now I'm trying it from the other side, which is probably a good idea. You got it. How you like that? A little bit of WD-40, not going to hurt anything. Put in that last 7mm bolt, and let's reinstall the regulator. So there you have it. No other tricks of the trade to show you. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. If you need the parts, go ahead and go on my website, upanddownmainstreet.com. Thank you for watching. Have a good week.